There are now many fantastic lights available boasting impressive performance and build quality for a very affordable price. In this video, I wanted to feature 3 EDC-focused flashlights that I feel offer compelling features and good designs, while all costing less than $30. I decided to exclude keychain-style flashlights, as those will eventually get their own video. The lights here represent 3 popular carry styles, are built well, offer good performance, have easily replaceable batteries, and are readily available on Amazon. The first light I wanted to showcase was the Thrunite W1. This light is an evolution of the Wowtac W1 and offers a modified build, new emitter, and more output at a slightly higher cost. Functionally, it is basically the same as the Wowtac version, but I like the Thrunite more, mostly due to the color options, as well as the improved performance. The W1 is based on an included 16340 battery and is very compact, being only 6.8 centimeters long and 2.5 centimeters wide. It weighs only 40 grams without the battery, and is rated to IPX8 with a 1.5 meter drop. On the pill is a small backlit side switch and a micro USB charging port with a rubber cover. The front of the light features a hardened glass lens with anti-reflective coating, a textured reflector, and a luminous SST20 LED. The threads are all anodized, and there is a spring in the tail, but not the head of the light. Overall, the build is solid, and the light feels great in the hand. It is small enough that it easily disappears in a pocket with its nice, deep carry pocket clip, and a magnet in the tail cap allows it to be easily attached to various surfaces. The main draw of the W1 is its tiny size, which makes it extremely portable, and it's so small that it could easily disappear in a pocket or in the hand. The light's interface is very simple and easy to use. Pressing the button turns the light on to the last used mode, while pressing and holding cycles through low, medium, and high. Pressing and holding from off activates Firefly, while pressing and holding again from Firefly will lock out the light. A quick double tap activates Turbo. The light under the button indicates the battery voltage, lockout status, and charging status when the light is plugged in. Performance is solid, with the W1 producing an impressive 690 lumens on turbo, which will last for a little over a minute before stepping down to 230 lumens. This step down comes a little too quickly for my liking, but it does prevent overheating, which is important in such a tiny light. Thankfully, the W1 has great heat management and never gets more than warm. The step down is merely timed, which means it can be circumvented by turning the light off and back on again, but this isn't really ideal, and could potentially lead to overheating. The lower modes are well balanced and offer plenty of usefulness. My favorite is high, which offers 215 lumens for an hour and a half. The light also has a great Firefly mode, which outputs half a lumen for 13 days. Optical performance is quite good, with a smooth, artifact-free beam that offers an excellent balance of throw and spill. The light has a maximum intensity of just under 8,000 candela, which offers an impressive 180 meters of throw. However, color is not as impressive as the other entries on this list, with the W1 only offering a cool white emitter which outputs about 5000 K white light at 70 CRI. There is a strong color shift in the beam, with the hot spot being much warmer and greener than the spill. The beam quality is still pretty good, but pales in comparison to the other lights featured here, which were picked specifically for their excellent beams and emitters. The next light on this list is the Nitecore MT06MD, an older penlight model which is equipped with the venerable Nitecore 219B emitter, which is the real star of the show here. This LED is designed for accurate color reproduction with a high CRI, and has become increasingly hard to get. Nitecore often uses excellent optical designs in their flashlights, and here they pair the emitter with a smooth aluminum reflector and a nicely coated lens to produce a fantastic wide beam with a soft hot spot and smooth spill, which are completely free of artifacts. I measured it at 471 candela. The beam is just slightly neutral, looking a bit warmer than its rating of 5000 K, and is evenly colored without any visible tint shift. The tint of this Nitecore emitter does lean slightly away from green towards magenta, which when paired with its excellent high CRI of 92 produces very pleasing and accurate colors. This particular emitter is also certified to be free from any potentially dangerous invisible IR emissions, thus making it medically eye safe, leading to the MD moniker Nitecore uses for this light. The MT06MD is a sleek pen light powered by 2 AAA batteries, and was designed for medical personnel. It is 12 centimeters long and only 1.4 centimeters wide, and weighs 22 grams, allowing it to slip easily into a shirt pocket. It feels great in the hand and is overall built very well. The light is of course rated to IPX8, which allows it to be sterilized in alcohol as Nitecore claims, which is useful I guess. The rear of the light has a reverse clicky switch with a stainless steel cover over a rubber boot. The switch is pretty mushy, but allows for rapid mode changes with a quick half press. The light always turns on to low, and either quick half presses or rapidly turning the light off and on again will cycle upwards through the 3 modes. This interface is very simple and effortless to use, and I really appreciate the default low mode. The modes are fairly well spaced, with a high of 180 lumens and a medium of 45 lumens. Runtimes are merely okay, but output is fully regulated throughout the runtime, and there is no PWM. I have mixed feelings about the low mode, which outputs 4 lumens, as this is much higher than a proper ultra-low, but is plenty useful in the dark. I am not a doctor, and I have no idea whether or not this is too much light to shine into someone's pupil as supposedly intended, but I guess the intent is to cause a patient's pupil to contract without damaging their eye. As a complete non-medical professional who simply likes flashlights, I do wish this had a sub-lumen mode, but your mileage may vary. Either way, I think this is a really nice EDC flashlight, and between its interface and emitter, the MT06MD is my favorite pen light and one I can easily recommend for its price of only $25. If you are interested in having a great high CRI emitter, but want something with more output and more sophisticated features, look no further than the Wurkkos FC11. This is overall a fantastic, fully featured flashlight that could easily be the last EDC light you ever buy, and comes in at only $30. The FC11 is much larger than the other lights on this list. However, it is still very portable, being 11.6 by 2.7 centimeters and weighing 65 grams. The overall construction is just slightly below the level of the other 2 lights, and still features everything I expect to see in a quality flashlight. It is built of aluminum with anodizing on the exterior, threads, and interior. The threads are smooth and square cut, there are springs in both the head and tail, and the front of the light uses a quality aluminum reflector and hardened lens, though it lacks anti-reflective coating. There is a large backlit side switch, and the rear of the pill has a USB-C charging port under a very secure rubber port cover that has a great seal. The light feels pretty solid in the hand, but the ratings are slightly lesser, with an IPX7 waterproof rating and a 1 meter drop rating. It also features a strong magnet in the tail cap. The main draw of this light is again the emitter, which is the Samsung LH351D. Wurkkos offers this light in several tints, most notably a neutral 4000K and a warm 2700K. Mine is a cool 6000K. This LED offers a very high CRI of 90, giving great accurate color reproduction, while allowing higher outputs than the Nitecore LED. The tint is subtle, and I find that my light leans a bit more magenta than green. However, there is a somewhat noticeable tint shift here, with the hotspot being slightly greener and warmer than the spill. The beam pattern is overall very nice, with a wide angle that still offers plenty of useful throw, and no visible artifacts. Though rated at 5000 candela, I measured it at a little over 6000, which will provide a useful amount of throw. The performance of the FC11 is pretty good. Turbo offers 1300 lumens of light, though this has a 90-second step down. This is mainly to prevent overheating again, and the emitter here can't quite push the same levels as some other competitors. High has a similar quick step down, and the battery performance across the board is decent, though it's not super well regulated, so we'll lose a bit of output as the battery dies. My biggest gripe is the ultra low, which produces 2 lumens and is too bright in my opinion. These are minor issues for me, however, which I am willing to forgive for the lovely, clean white beam that comes out of this light. The interface is both easy to use and full of nice features. Just like the W1, clicking the light on activates the last used mode, and pressing and holding cycles upwards through the modes. A long press from off activates Firefly, and a quick double tap activates Turbo. A quadruple press locks out the light, and a triple tap activates Strobe. If the button is held for 4 seconds, the light will switch to a variable mode of operation. In this mode, pressing and holding the light while on will gradually increase or decrease the brightness, allowing the user to dial in the perfect setting, which the light will then remember. This is super cool, and between the emitter options and this interface, there's a decent amount of customizability to be had with the FC11. Charging this light is very simple, and I am happy to see a USB-C port instead of the older micro USB, as this will improve the light's compatibility and longevity. I genuinely think the FC11 is a great light, and this is pretty much my go-to recommendation for an affordable EDC light. I actually prefer it to some of the more expensive lights of this type, such as the Thrunite TC15 and the Olight S2R Baton. It's just really good. So there you have it, 3 pretty cool, affordable flashlights that I think are excellent picks for EDC. There are many other great options out there, but these represent some of the most well-rounded flashlights in this price bracket, and I feel comfortable recommending any one of them to somebody looking for a daily carry light. Of course, I'm coming at it more from an enthusiast standpoint, So I tried to find a balance between enthusiast picks and actually useful EDC picks that everyone will like. Not that enthusiasts like useless things, but you get what I'm saying. I will be linking all of these in the description, as well as a few alternative picks that I considered for this video. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask me in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. That might actually motivate me to make more of these. I mean, we'll see, I don't know.